What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's BBKDRAGOON here with another grand Halo adventure, playing the Master Chief Collection with my Australian friend Sassy, and my Halo speedrunner friend Azure, who's a baller ODST runner. And I have to say, it's a pretty big deal when you can actually find games with an Australian in your party while playing MCC, and I was able to find 3 of them, which was really cool. Ironically, or not ironically, disappointing, one of the games I recorded I really liked, Halo 2 Classic, and we were playing on Beaver Creek. The game had stutters in it, or at least the recording, not the game. And I think that might be a hard drive issue. I have a really cheap WD hard drive that I have set aside just for recording console, and it's like their lowest end WD hard drive. So I think I need to get a step up because I've had this issue a couple of times before. And I don't upload in 60 FPS when I do this anymore. For a few reasons, the main one being the HD 60 is a good capture card, but OS 10.7, which is what I'm on, I refuse to upgrade up to Mavericks or whatever the brand new one is until the bugs are gone. It doesn't run that well back on OS 10 Lion, which is what I'm using. Alright, boring stuff aside, I don't know, some people like the video things, but post E3 recovery, let's talk about some of the highlights that happened. I will link in the description below an awesome interview that Saucy conducted with Josh Holmes. Saucy is one of the admins or owners of Team Beyond, and did a really great interview with Josh Holmes at E3 regarding Halo 5. Brought up a lot of good things, and I really appreciate what he did and talked about, and I guess let's hit on a few of the high points. Dedicated servers for campaign co-op, that's awesome, and it ensures that the whole Halo 5 process is going to be dedicated servers, including custom games. And that sounds really awesome as long as it works, and I don't have any evidence to really believe that it wouldn't work other than MCC, but the thing is, and I have to explain this to a lot of people, every part of MCC was outsourced. The only thing that 343 really touched was the patching process, and even some of the patches were outsourced. It just was a whole kerfluffle, total just chaos, and Josh Holmes in the article even states that the MCC team and the Halo 5 team are completely separate, and I don't even know how much the two communicate with one another. Campaign co-op's really cool. We also found out about the microtransactions that will be in the game, and this is why I had to re-record this, because I got a little bit animated talking about the microtransactions. Oh, the trade. Give me that rocket back, son. The microtransactions are for cosmetic items like weapon skins, Requisition Packs, which can only be used in Warzone, the new game type that was coming at launch with Halo 5. And I think there are certain variants of vehicles that Josh Holmes had mentioned that come with the microtransactions. So it's kind of like buying a CSGO pack. You don't know what weapon skin will live within, but there will be some form of weapon skin in your pack. I don't know, I can't give too many details, but it's not like I want that skin in particular and buy it. It's kind of like CSGO where there's this bit of luck and random elements to it. They haven't talked about weapon trading skins just yet either. Beyond this, they did say that there is a chance that they could do HCS team specific weapon skins, which would be insanely cool, or armor skins or emblems or something like that. Could you imagine? Like an EG battle rifle skin? That would be very cool. I should point out that the microtransactions are completely optional. I read a few tweets from people there saying that everything in the game is obtainable by playing it normally. You don't have to purchase any microtransactions to do so. Additionally, the Requisition Packs are balanced from what Josh Holmes has talked about. They've put a lot of great care making sure that pay to win is not something that any player experiences or even thinks of experiencing. And part of the proceeds of the microtransactions go towards HCS, the prize pool. If you don't know, the Halo Championship Series is the esports league for Halo. And as HCS Season 2 wraps up, they're going to begin HCS Season 3 using Halo 5. I don't know if they're going to call it HCS Season 3 or just restart it over, but that is amazing news. You pair that in combination with the fact that all of the map DLC is free, and in my mind, this is probably the best DLC model I could have ever envisioned for Halo. I've talked about why DLC hasn't worked for Halo in a lot of videos before, and that was because it was all map-based. People who didn't buy the maps limited those who did. If you were somebody like me who liked a lot of the DLC maps and purchased them, you'd only play them for about a week, because after that, matchmaking would level out people who didn't buy the maps, which was a lot of them. It only took one in a lobby to not have the maps for you to never really play it again, basically. we are getting 15 DLC maps for free, 6 of which will be Warzone, the rest will be arena-based or BTB-based. We don't know the distinction between the two yet, or like how many arena and how many BTB maps in that middle ground. Now, I know some people are upset with the microtransactions. I'll just say this. If they, I don't know. I don't want to argue this with people because in my mind, this was kind of a dream system for me. I would always pay for weapon skins if they were quality skins. I've always wanted this with Halo, and the fact that we're getting free DLC maps is really cool. And on top of that, the cherry on top of the cake is that the microtransactions, portions of them benefit the HCS, so you can feel like you're supporting professional Halo. They haven't given the exact breakdown of how much of the microtransactions go towards it, but I don't know. I was happy with it, and if you are not, you can leave it down below in a comment, but I won't argue it. I have no interest in trying to talk about it. Microtransactions are a reality of gaming at this point, and I think Halo 5 is handling it pretty well. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe when it comes out, I feel a lot differently, but overall, I don't think it's a big deal. I actually like it. I want weapon skins. I would love to see pro skins in the game. I will bring up the fact that Big Team Battle will not be in Halo 5 at launch. It'll be coming weeks after the game's release, not months after the game's release. That was something they had stated, that it'll be arriving a week or two after the game's release. They said weeks, so I'd imagine a week or two. They said weeks, not months. So that would mean within the first month. That would be what I would think. And I think that's okay. I think having a lot of people try out Warzone is a good idea. And I think Warzone is something that I really look forward to. It's a synthesis and a blend and something new. I was a big proponent of Reach Invasion. It was a very fun game type, and at least it wasn't perfect, but it pushed a lot of things in the right direction, because a lot of times I feel like BTB is lacking an extra element for me, and Warzone could be that. I don't know. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next Grand Halo adventure. Should be next week because I'm playing Halo pretty regularly. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments what you thought was best at E3. Weapon set that you get to take into the campaign missions, and it really looks like multiplayer in campaign is a big part of things. With the DLC being free for multiplayer, it leads me to believe that maybe we're going to have story campaign DLC. Think